A deep space mining vessel known as the Borealis drifts silently through the vastness of space, carrying hundreds of workers in cryosleep. They are still 4 years away from reaching their mining destination. All seems peaceful, until a rogue asteroid changes course and slams directly into the ship. The collision is catastrophic. The vessel is torn apart, and dozens of cryopods are launched into space. The ship's artificial intelligence, Leonard, initiates emergency protocols and awakens a miner named Andy. Disoriented and alarmed, Andy struggles to understand what's happening. Leonard remains calm, guiding him through the chaos with machine precision. Andy's pod is violently ejected toward a nearby planet. Automatic systems kick in, his suit seals, oxygen levels stabilize, and entry protocols engage. Around him, other pods burn up or explode. His own pod spins wildly, barely surviving re-entry. He crash lands in a violent impact, slamming into the surface of a mountainous, storm-lashed world. He wakes to find himself in a smoking wreck, surrounded by harsh winds and jagged rock. Communication is lost. Leonard informs him he must evacuate immediately. The ground is unstable. Andy tries to exit the pod, but finds the hatch jammed. With no flare gun in his standard issue kit, he grabs a fire extinguisher and smashes the glass, bursting out into the storm. Just as he escapes, the pod begins to ignite. In the confusion, his suit is punctured by falling debris. He seals the tear with quick repair spray and runs, carrying with him a small plastic toy, his son's. Behind him, the wreck explodes. High above, the remains of the Borealis streak across the sky like a falling star, crashing miles away in a fiery impact. The explosion throws Andy off his feet. Leonard confirms they are no longer in known space. This is an uncharted system, far from where they were meant to be. Andy starts walking. In the distance, he spots a glimmer of light. On the way, he passes another cryopod, its occupant dead inside, and the oxygen tank damaged. He continues, unaware that the pod bears claw marks and blood. He's not alone. Eventually, Andy reaches the light, another survivor, a communications officer named Dwayne. They share a brief moment of relief. Dwayne explains that the company rerouted their trip through an asteroid field to save fuel, ignoring the risks. The crash was no accident, it was cost-cutting. Dwayne has managed to send a distress signal, but it will take 8 months to reach Earth, and over 2 years for help to arrive. He suggests they travel south to search the rest of the ship's wreckage. Andy, overwhelmed, begins to lose hope. Dwayne tries to lift his spirits, reminding him he's already made it farther than most. Then, just as Andy fixes a loose wire, something yanks Dwayne into the shadows. He's gone. Shocked, Andy completes the distress signal and arms himself with Dwayne's weapon. Oxygen is running low. Suddenly, a voice breaks through the radio. Another survivor, Naomi, her pod crushed her legs, and she's trapped. She begs Andy for help. Leonard warns there isn't enough oxygen to reach her, but Naomi insists she has a full tank and can share. Andy takes the risk and begins the journey. As they talk, night falls. In the darkness, Andy sees movement, large shapes, slipping through the fog. Naomi jokes about Leonard being a budget AI, glitchy and unreliable, but no one is laughing when Andy finds a pod entangled in webs and alien tracks nearby. The truth becomes clear. This world is not empty. It's home to massive, spider-like creatures. Andy realizes the crew trackers are still active, not because they're alive, but because the creatures have eaten them. He fires a flare. The light reveals the monsters crawling through the hills. One spots him. Andy runs, stumbling into a crevice. He falls, badly injured. His suit is failing. Leonard walks him through repairs as oxygen hisses out. Suddenly, Dwayne's voice returns. He's alive, but being hunted. Andy follows Dwayne's flare. Too late. He arrives to find Dwayne overwhelmed, killed by the creatures. Naomi lights up nearby pods to distract them, giving Andy a chance to escape. He dives into a pod full of bodies. It's horrific, but he presses on. Naomi proposes a plan. Activate every light source possible to drive the spiders away. Andy moves through a dense fog, only to be attacked again, this time by glowing red fireflies that eat away at his suit. He barely escapes. Naomi theorizes the spiders are afraid of the fireflies. Before they can test it, the ground beneath Andy collapses. He falls into a giant underground creature. In its belly, he begins to suffer a heart attack. Leonard activates his suit's defibrillator, shocking him back to life. The creature spits him out. Andy finds himself in a cave swarming with fireflies. They attack again, but he escapes through another tunnel. Out of air, Andy finally finds Naomi's location. She connects him to her oxygen supply, and they share a moment of quiet. Together, they fashion a metal splint to support her crushed leg and begin walking. Soon, they are surrounded. They reach the Borealis wreckage and seal themselves inside, just as a spider crashes into the door. But one of them got in. It lays an egg using a corpse. As Naomi and Andy sneak away, another spider finds them. Andy accidentally traps them all in an airlock. Thinking it's the end, he plays Naomi a video of his son and wife. She reassures him. He matters, even here. She notices fireflies on his suit. When the spider bursts through, she throws the bugs at it. It recoils in fear. Naomi lights a trail of fireflies, drawing it away. They make a final plan. Andy climbs to a functioning escape pod. Leonard warns the launch will destroy his core systems. Andy says goodbye. Naomi lures the spider beneath the pod. Andy launches, the explosion crushing the creature. The blast knocks him out. Naomi finds him unconscious and begins to cry, until he stirs. He's alive. The sun rises, a new day begins. Leonard reboots, somehow still functioning, changed. Andy and Naomi sit together beneath the alien sky. Rescue is still years away. The company may never come, but for now they have each other, and they survived. Our today's movie ends here. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel to show support. Thanks.